Welcome to Silent Hill 2 In-Depth Commentary with yours truly. During this run, I'm going to be discussing and revealing pretty much everything I know about the game, and while I'm going to do my best not to just outright spoil things, there are going to be some spoilers. There will be some hints and whatnot along the way, so if you've never played the game and you do not want to be spoiled, I strongly urge you to turn away now. But before I get started, I'm going to let the title screen cinematic play out. All of the gorgeous CGI work in this game is done by Takayoshi Sato.
James, honey, did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Maria?
You said you took everything, but you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
It doesn't matter who I am. I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real.
Okay, let's get started. It should be noted, however, that this is being played on a new PS2 and memory card that I purchased specifically to play this game, so I do not have access to a few of the endings, but no big deal. I don't plan on showing those endings for this playthrough anyway.
Could you really be in this town?
Mary, could you really be in this town? The first thing we'll do is bring up the menu here and do some examining. A photo from when Mary was still healthy. Letter from Mary. That's definitely Mary's name in her own handwriting on the front of the envelope. In my restless dreams, I see that town, Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. These are lines that we will hear throughout the game. So this bathroom, it was said that this is the visual Bible for the game. Very interesting that it was referred to as the visual Bible, because you see this line of text here that I'm looking at. There's another one on the other side of the room that I'll walk to shortly. But that's actually biblical text, and for the longest time, I never knew what this said. You actually need to extract the game files to find out what they say. And actually, I'd really like to know what this passage in the back here says. Very long passage. I don't even know if it has any meaning, but knowing this game, it probably does. There's also a strange drawing of what looks to be an alien over here on the right-hand side of the wall. And it's kind of funny because there's an item called the blue gem that will be roughly where I'm standing right now, if I'm not mistaken, which will allow me to get a unique ending for the game. But I need to play through the main game and Maria's scenario to unlock it. But back to the biblical text, I actually had to look this up, but what it says is, while I am decaying like a rotten thing, like a garment that is moth-eaten, thy hands fashioned and made me, and now thou dost turn about and destroy me. Both of these lines are from the book of Job. Really interesting.
In my restless dreams, I see that town, Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park on the lake? We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
All right, so we get those lines again from Mary's letter. recited by Mary herself this time. And according to James, Mary has been dead for 3 years of a mysterious disease. Obviously, the opening, a lot of things, very speculative at this point. Another thing we'll do early on is grab the map out of this car. And really, between the sound design from Akira Yamaoka and the art direction from Masahiro Ito, this game is so atmospheric. I love the world design. I love the ambient noise really throughout this game. It never has a weak moment, whether it be scenario or sound design. You're just completely immersed. I'd really love to know what some of these texts say on the side of the building here. And if we go this way, it will not allow us to. It turns us back. We are forced down one path into Silent Hill. This is being played on a PS2, as I stated earlier, and there is an HD collection for this game. I really don't know much about it, but from what I've heard, it completely disrespects the original work. And this van here, you may notice this van from the title screen cinematic that played earlier. Eddie and Laura were right next to this van. Eddie being the guy in the striped shirt and baseball cap, and Laura being the little girl. These are two characters we'll meet before too long. Really interesting stuff to point out over here as well. You see these pieces of paper kind of, pinned to this chain link fence here. The yellow and the white pages. These are actually theatrical posters of The Shining, Stanley Kubrick's adaptation of Stephen King's novel, to be more specific. There's definitely some inspiration from works by Stephen King and movies. Jacob's Ladder is another movie that comes to mind that this game was heavily inspired from. Really interesting stuff. Oh yeah, and Pete's Bolorama. Little billboard for Pete's up there. Maybe sometime soon we'll step foot inside Pete's. But let's go ahead and proceed to Luca Lake. Love this opening area. Absolutely love it. That ambient noise. One thing that, if I had to just issue a complaint about this game, and it's really not even a complaint, I really can't complain about this game at all. It's what I just did right there. Sometimes you really have to fiddle around with camera angles. It can put you in awkward positions sometimes, and you know what, I'm just going to sit here for a little bit because I want to point something out about the sound design in this game. Hopefully it'll happen before too long. Maybe. Did you guys just hear that? That's exactly what I was waiting for. Sometimes you can play through this game and, walk through this area and not hear something like that. The sound design in this game from Akira Yamaoka is just... It's almost like an RNG sound design. Sometimes sounds will trigger, sometimes they won't. You can play through this game 3 times, 3, 4, 5, even 6 times. Walk straight through this area and not hear some of these background noises. I absolutely love that. It's such a good touch to the game. I really considered picking this game up for PC or playing it on an emulator, but I decided to go ahead and play it for PS2 because that's really where I have my fondest memories of this game. I had a few issues with the PS2 as well that I picked up. It's a used PS2, so I had to do some tweaking here and there. But we're just gonna slowly descend here. And one thing that you'll notice about the ambient noise is the further down we get, the more intense the ambience gets. And I'll try to point it out whenever we get to that point. God, those background noises, so creepy. This game is so immersive. Yeah, I really don't know much about the HD collection, but from what I've heard, they take a lot of liberties, they replace a lot of textures. And with Team Silence, there's what I'm talking about, that the increase in intensity, oh man. But Team Silent, you know, they obviously had amazing attention to detail throughout the game, and to just replace textures with, you know, crisper, cleaner ones, it's really disrespectful to the original work. Here we come to our first save point. Also, a really interesting design choice for save points. There's something in the well. What's that? Looking at this makes me feel like someone's groping around inside my skull. It gives me a weird feeling. So, oops. Yeah, this is, you know, new PS2 and memory card, so hopefully this format won't take but just a second or two. But yeah, it's really interesting how... Oh yeah, that didn't take any time at all. It's really intriguing how James finds his memory in a well. Pretty blatant symbolism there. That James is repressing his memories. And the cover art for this game in Japan is actually one of the save points in the game. Also really, really intriguing. You don't really see cover art for games as being a save point. Let's go ahead and fiddle around with this camera angle. Maybe not. Maybe? There we go. Yeah. But we are about to meet our first character. I'm going to go ahead and cut out and let this cinematic play. See you guys soon.
Excuse me,
Oh, I'm sorry. I
No,
was
it's
just...
okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah. I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But
Yes?
I think you'd better stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Is it dangerous?
maybe. And it's not just the fog either.
Okay,
It's...
I got it. I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I really don't care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going to town either way.
But why?
I'm looking for someone.
Who is it?
Someone very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry. It's not your problem.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, Angela. So there's a few things that I'd like to point out here. First of all, a lot of the conversations in this game, I think, can, especially to a newer player, can come off as being very awkward, but it's very intentional that it's like that. It's supposed to be dreamlike, and there's a lot of hidden meaning to what these characters are saying. And it's also very difficult to talk about this conversation without getting into spoilers, but notice how Angela was overly apologetic towards us there. You know, we were the ones who walked up on her and frightened her. She's doing nothing wrong here, yet the first thing she says to us is, "I'm sorry." James was kind of almost painfully feeling at his forehead when he mentioned that he was looking for someone important. Angela as well, kind of creepily touching the gravestone when she mentioned that she was looking for her father and brother. Let's try to get something comedic out of Angela.
Aren't you looking for someone?
That's right.
No, that's not the one that I was looking for. Let's try again. Unfortunately, I think she might get in a loop.
What is it?
Oh, nothing. Sure is quiet here, huh?
I guess.
There it is. I guess. Anyway, yeah, a lot of conversations in this game can just come off as being very strange with awkward delivery, but it's, I assure you, very well crafted, and there's a lot of significance to conversations that can just appear very straightforward or awkward. But I think this is a good place to end, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the commentary and the beautiful atmosphere that is Silent Hill 2. I'll see you on the next one.